Candace Miller from Michigan 10. You know, I was the Michigan Secretary of State before I came here and got this job. And in Michigan, the Secretary has all the motor vehicle administrative jobs. And so we had 181 branch offices, and I worked, everybody wanted to put things in our branch offices. But the one thing that I always allowed was information on women getting mammograms. And that is particularly so in urban areas. Because for a number of reasons, underinsured, not insured properly, et cetera, they are just not getting their mammograms. And I think that this is so important. And because of these kinds of things, and because of the great success rate that we have had with early detection and preventative kinds of care, I was stunned, along with, I think, every American woman, certainly most of them, about the recommendations that came out yesterday. I do think it is a huge step backwards, and I think it is very, very important that we recognize that. And, you know, quite frankly, one of the things that many of us were talking about and raising consternation when we had the debate here in the House before the health care vote was about this very thing. And we cited a lot of statistics, and I'll just cite this again, because coming from Michigan, a border state, we see so many Canadians in all of our facilities, and they are there for all kinds of things, including breast cancer. But Americans have a lower cancer mortality rate than Canadians, by 9% actually. I think this is an interesting statistic because we made a lot of points that the health care bill, the government takeover of our health care system could be similar. An analogy could be drawn of what is happening in Canada. We use some other examples as well, the UK, et cetera. And I just think this is such a huge step backwards for us to be considering this kind of a thing. And that bill, of course, as we have all talked about, has over 100 new commissions and groups and task force that are going to be put in place. And you have to think about what is the driver of many of their decisions? Will cost be a consideration in driving some of their decisions? If that is the case, for instance, why have all of these mammograms? Because it's very costly. They could test 2,000 women and only one is a positive. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if you were, if you're the one, it matters that you had that early detection. And I just hope that we don't see this kind of a thing come forward with a lot of other things that we've had great success with. Why have all these colonoscopies? They're very expensive. What about all the PSA tests? Those are very expensive as well. I just raise that concern. People say, oh, you're an alarmist. Well, maybe, but it is a slippery slope. And I think this recommendation yesterday, I tell you, I will stand with the American Cancer Society and women like Sue Myrick and my other colleagues here. There are thousands of Sue Myricks who, thank God, got their mammograms and were able to prevent an early demise, and she's so healthy today. Thank God, because of some of the things that we have done here in America, and we have to continue to do that. Women have to have personal responsibility. Self-examinations, et cetera, is absolutely very, very important.